Yo, traders, how are we? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you are all well. I am coming to you live from the Philippines. I'm here for the next few weeks, and it hasn't stopped bloody raining. It is rainy season. I don't think I quite appreciated how rainy it is. I may need to build an ark. It is that bad. But yeah, so not my normal rig, my normal setup, guys, but hopefully you can hear me and see me. And as usual, we're going to do the following, right? We're going to take a look at a couple of trades that I am currently in. So we'll look at those two trades that I'm in. We're also going to take a look at the news, guys. We've got some news coming out at 1:30. We've got some US dollar data coming out. So these are the important bits of US dollar data: initial jobless claims and core PCE. So yeah, there you go, guys. Somebody please remind me that news is coming out at 1:30, and we will play Guess the News game. I know. Very exciting. What else are we going to do? Yes, of course, we are going to take as many of your questions as humanly possible. So don't be shy, guys. Come say hello. Leave as many questions as you like about trading. But it can be about anything. It can be about the Philippines, if you like. I'm here. I can answer these questions now. But yeah, anything you like, guys, about trading, maybe a currency pair you're in, but maybe you need help with support and resistance or strategy or psychology. So it could be literally anything you like, guys. All right. So that is the plan. Let's see who we have in the house. Brett, how are you, mate? Good to have you here. Pooh Poppy, how are you? Brett, Prathish wants to look at oil. Okay, Prathish, we'll definitely take a look at oil. We're just going to take a look at a couple of trades that I am in thus far. All right, so let's start with pound New Zealand dollar, because I am selling this bad boy, and this bad boy has been my nemesis, right? I've been in this trade. This is my third trade at selling pound New Zealand dollar. But again, guys, right, I just trade my setup. You know, I was joking in the VIP Discord that, you know, oh, the pound is my nemesis, but it's not, right? I just trade my setup, and it happens that I've had 3 setups this week. 2 have been losers, and we shall see if this one is a winner. But let me describe this one to you, and let's hope it's a winner, right? So if we look at the weekly chart, guys, right, we are ranging on pound New Zealand dollar. Simple as that, right? We're ranging between here and here. Okay, and we're starting to track below price. We're starting to track below the moving average 20, right? We've got a massively big bearish weekly candle, and we do have a little bit of room to move into back down to the bottom of the range. So with all of that in mind, weekly is telling me I can sell. Now, if we drop down to the day chart, again, right, I'm looking for reasons to sell. And you can see that we are in this downtrend, right? We've had a nice deep retrace, literally almost at the moving average 20. And we had a wick rejection. But what I like about this wick rejection is that it closed back below this wick. Because this is a green candle, right? I get that. But the wick closed black, get my teeth in, back below this high, right? So I'm very much interested in selling this potentially all the way back down to here. So daily is telling me I can sell, right? And remember, your job as a trader is to find as many reasons as you can to take a trade, right? And also not too many reasons against your idea, right? Now, my entry was the H4. Okay, so as you can see, guys, on the H4, let's zoom out a little bit because this is important, right? Now, at this point, we are in an uptrend. Okay, but we have stopped making higher highs. This level through here is proving to be good, stubborn resistance, right? So the H4 has stopped making higher highs, and we've had nothing but selling candles ever since, right? And look at this big bearish candle. And this big bearish candle was the catalyst for my sell trade, because you can also see we've got this trend line, right? Starts here. You know, I could do this with the trend line to incorporate some of these as well, right? But either way, we've had a breakout of both of those trend lines with a great big bearish candle. And basically started selling here, guys. Stops above here. You can see the trade take price down to here. If we are successful and price comes back to here, I will take some partial profit. Maybe I'll close 80%. Maybe I'll close 90, 70, right? But, you know, this is the trade that I'm in. And I just want to show you something now on the H1 as well, because you can see here, if we draw in a trend line here, right? And I've been going a little bit trend line crazy of late, but you can see there's a trend line right here on the H1, right? You can see price keeps respecting it. So maybe price even wants to come up one more time, hit this level, and potentially starts to come down after that. Now, so there's one thing entering a trade, right? There's another thing managing a trade, right? Two different things, but they apply the same price action logic. Now, my stop is up here. But if we start, you know, kind of doing this and break out of here, you know, and break out of this trend line and H1 starts building up, I may well get out of this trade early. But we shall see, right? I'm just telling you the things that I think about when I'm in a trade, right? And also when I place my stop loss, etc. So that is pound New Zealand dollars sells. And the other trade that I'm in right now is gold. You are gold. Apologies for my singing. Let me have some coffee. So we're in gold, guys. So let's understand this trade as well. So on the weekly, right, you can see price. It was in this. We know gold was in the, you know, the mega uptrend, right? But it just keeps hitting this level, right? And every time it hits this level, we get a big bearish reaction. And last week, as you can see, we got this big bearish candle right here. Right now, that interested me in selling gold, right? And we're seeing this US dollar strength come into the market as well. So that's obviously helping gold drop because it's against the US dollar. Now, I'm fully aware we do have US dollar news coming out, right? But it's the day chart, right? Because if you look at the day chart, right, we broke out of a really important trend line. So look at this trend line, how the daily keeps respecting it. We actually broke it here with this candle. But the problem with selling gold with this candle was that it was directly into this support level. But now that support level also has been broken, right? We've got this nice big bearish candle and it broke this support level. And we have room to move into potentially back down to this support level. All right, so that's what I'm seeing with gold. And also, if we drop down to the H4, right, you can see that price has been tracking along this trend line, first of all, right? But secondly, it's clearly in a H4 downtrend, right? This is where we're at, lower highs, lower lows. And basically, guys, we got a bit of a reaction in here, yeah, and I started selling here, stops above this last high here, and we're looking to take price back down to these lows. Again, similar to pound New Zealand dollar trade, you can see my alarm is in here. if we start getting big bullish H4 candles break out of this level, again, I may close the trade early, right? Now, I don't enter a trade thinking, oh, I want to get out of it early. You know, what I do is enter a trade and put my stop loss where I am totally wrong, right? But I give myself enough room to have some options, right? So if my stop loss was literally here and it just come out and hit it, right, and then come flying down, you know, let's say you put your stop loss where my alarm is, right, a really tight stop loss, and you got one of these candles, right, that close back into this trend line, and then it does that, you will be sick, right? How many times has that happened to you guys, right? When you have a really tight stop loss, the market just whips it out, right, and then comes hurtling down, and you are like, the market hates me, the market is against me, and you throw your keyboard and your dog out of the window, right? Don't throw dogs out of windows. That was a joke. I've only done that twice, right? But jokes aside, you know, how many times has that happened? So I'm a big believer in giving you, you know, putting your stop loss a good distance away, preferably above a last high. And then even if price does do this and you get a big bullish candle, then you've got a decision. You can potentially get out of this trade early if you want, right? Comes here, you're like, right, no, don't like it. I'm going to get out of this trade. So, yeah, that's why I like to give myself a bit of room with the stop loss. So that's me, guys. They're the two trades that I am in. Let me just show you. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. You weren't going to see that. Never mind. Okay, so the last piece of this, guys, is the VIP trading room, guys, right? So this is where I put all of my trade ideas. Okay, so you've got pound New Zealand dollar sell and you've got gold sell as well. So they're the two trades that I'm in. And again, guys, if you want all of my trade ideas, then please come join our VIP Trading Academy. Okay, this is where I put all of my trades. You've also got access to numerous strategies, guys, right? You've got all of this, all of these tutorials in here. You've got strategies. You've got loads of things in here, guys. All right, so go check all that out as well. And actually, that message we just saw reminded me of all of our traders that have joined our VIP, guys, right? No, sort of joined our Price Action 101 indicator. So let's take a look at our indicator right now as well, because I just want to show you a trade that it took yesterday, and all those traders made some nice profit on this trade. Now, they were looking at Euro Canadian dollar. Okay, and as you can see, Euro Canadian dollar was in this massive downtrend, and then it retraced to a nice area of resistance, and our Price Action 101 traders took this back down to this level here. Okay, sorry, they took it back down to this level here. Okay, now why did they take this trade? So what I'm going to show you now, guys, is how simplistic and how effective the Price Action 101 indicator is, right? So if you take a look at this, guys, let me just turn on the indicator right now. And this is the indicator. So so this is my support and resistance level. Let me remove this right now, because what you can see with the indicator is these arrows are telling you you can sell the market, right? And when we break these areas of structure, okay, these are key levels and these tell us the trend of the market. And then also, guys, you can see, look, all of these dark gray zones, I don't know if you can just about see them, they tell us where we want to trade from. Now, and there's even one over here. So if we see a lot of these support and resistance levels all line up like this together, as I already had, like I said, this indicator trades like I do. In fact, it trades better than I do. To be quite honest with you guys, I have had a terrible couple of weeks, right? It's going to happen in trading. To be very transparent, the guys in the VIP can see my trades. I've had a really tough couple of weeks, right? Now, the indicator, I've had a tough month, right? But the indicator is up 7% in July, right? It's no joke. Like, I'm generally thinking about joining the, the indicator gang, right? But if we just see that, and you can just put a level through all of those support and resistance levels, it shows you where the support and resistance is. Okay, you can clearly see it through here, right? And then they're looking for a bearish reaction, right? They got their bearish candle, they started selling here, stops above here, and then they took this price lower. Yeah, and it's all there for you guys. It's telling you you can sell, right? It's as simple as that. It also plots these support and resistance levels. Again, let me remove this, right? And it shows you exactly where you can sell from. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to show you the Price Action 101 indicator in full effect. And obviously, guys, if you're interested in the VIP Trading Academy or the Price Action Indicator or the Simply Forex course or the VIP Trading Academy, then please go check out our website, www.simply-forex.com. Also, guys, please come join our free Discord, right? We have a trading community, and all you need to do is click on the QR code on the screen right now. So come join our trading community. And also, guys, today's live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone. So if you want access for free to our VIP Trading Academy, and you want a free Essential Trading View subscription, then please join Pepperstone today using our link, and we will give you all of that. Free Trading View, free Pepperstone, free Trading View. Right, guys, what else have we got here? Let's have a look at a few questions now. Before we look at the questions, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button, guys. Right, Niraj, hi, 9 a.m. Is this what time you get up every morning? I hope so. That would be a nice time. MMT Trading, hello, hello, hello. Right, let's start with Prathish because he wanted to look at oil. And he says, is it time to start selling oil? So let's take a look, guys. Now, on the daily, no. Right, let me take the indicator off now, guys, okay? So you can clearly see, look, the indicator is telling you to buy, right? Buys, breaking structure. But anyway, right, I'm going to close the indicator right now, okay? So no is the question, is the answer. I wouldn't start selling oil right now, right? I mean, just look at it. We was in this really crappy, horrible price action, and then bang, right? If anything, oil is a buy trade, right? But there's no value. Yeah, we're up here. I would like to see a retrace into here. Moving average 20 comes round, and then maybe we can start buying from this level here. Okay, so that's when I would be interested in buying oil. All right, now, could we trade the retrace and start selling it? I wouldn't like to start selling these candles. They're very bullish. And if we look at the H4 as well, we're still in an uptrend, right? You know, you can clearly see this is the last low on the H4. And until it breaks that, I would not be interested, right? I would be very much interested in buying at this level, right? You've got the moving average 20 catching up, right? If we get a nice bullish candle in here, right, I would look to take that higher. But obviously no trade right now. If it come down and broke this level, something like this, then okay, maybe we could trade the retrace. But even then, right, not interested because daily is firmly bullish at the moment, right? It is flying. Okay. So yeah, Prathish, no, I don't think it's time to start selling oil. Right, what else are we looking at? Okay, hey Tom, what do you think about pound Swiss franc longs? Okay, interesting. this, I'm glad you brought this up, MMT trading. This is such a tricky one right now because of the following, right? Now, there's loads of contrasting information with pound Swiss franc. So let me show you it all, right? Now, if we look at, so there's an important trend line coming through here. That's important to point out, right? Which we've broke, okay? And we've also got a bullish candle that broke above the moving average 20, right? So that would indicate that, you know, potentially we can, you know, break through this level, right? And we've got room to move into. But there is too much contrasting information. Because if I look here, guys, right, you can see this was once support, become resistance. Okay. So I don't want to be buying into that level. Okay. What I would, if I, you know, so yeah, that's the first bit of contrasting information. If anything, this would be a selling level, right? The other piece of contrasting information is the H4. You can see price was nicely tracking this level, right? And I was almost tempted to sell pound Swiss franc at this level, but because of all this contrasting information, I didn't. So you can see, look, we've only got what we got, 40 minutes, a little bit under before this H4 candle finishes, right? So this doesn't look very good for buying. But what I would be interested in, I mean, I want to, you know, zoom out so you can see this trend line. My God, look at my line. I have been drinking. It'll be interesting to see what it does at this level, right? Because it's proven to be very good support and resistance, right? What will it do at this level? So you can see here, there's just too much contrasting information. So if we go back to the daily, what would I need to see to take away any doubt? So if I'm going to buy this market, I would want to see a candle that just breaks through that level, right? We know this is resistance. If we get a nice bullish candle that breaks through this level, right, bang, I am interested in buying this. And to be honest with you guys, even if we get a big bearish reaction here, because of this trend line that's been broken, I probably still wouldn't be too keen on selling pound Swiss franc. Now, a Swiss franc pair that I am very much interested in is Canadian dollar Swiss franc, right? Because we, you know, unlike pound Swiss franc, you can see Canadian dollar Swiss franc has broken a level, right? So you can see prices come down. We've been a little bit sideways. We know we saw all that Canadian dollar strength come into the market yesterday, and we've broken this level, right? Whereas if I quickly go back to pound Swiss franc, we haven't, right? So if we're going to trade a Swiss franc pair, Canadian dollar Swiss franc is that. Basically, this is what I want to see happen on pound Swiss franc. So it's already happened here. And it's coming down to a really nice area. I'm very much interested in buying this. So if we drop down to the H4 now, again, you can see prices in an uptrend. You know, in an ideal world, I want it to retrace a little bit further, right? Potentially in here, back to this trend line. And you can see the moving average 20 catching up as well. So somewhere in here, I would be very much interested in buying Canadian dollar Swiss franc. So let's see, guys, because I believe, okay, yeah, we do have a bit of Canadian dollar news as well. So, yeah, we'll see if that pulls the Canadian dollar back to where we want it. But yeah, I'm really interested in a few Swiss franc pairs, actually. If we look at Euro Swiss franc, you can see here, I need to see something happen, right? And I'm going to explain what. So if you look at Euro Swiss franc, right, we're in this downtrend, and then we broke this last high with this candle here. So we are technically in an uptrend. But, right, we've had massive selling back down to here, but we haven't broken these lows. Now, if these lows hold, right, and we end up getting this on the H4, right, you can see price again keeps respecting this trend line. You can see where my alarm is. So if price keeps doing this, coming down, doing this, and then we get a break, that will be followed by, it will, if we get a H4 break like that, it will very much be a bullish daily candle, right? So those two combined, I would be very much interested in buying Euro Swiss franc up to here. So with that in mind as well, I'm more inclined to trade Swiss franc weakness, which is what you're suggesting, MMM trading. I just think there's better Swiss franc pairs that we can trade right now, like Canadian dollar Swiss franc. If we look at all the Swiss franc pairs, like if you look at Aussie dollar Swiss franc, if this is the H4, I really like this level, right? The price is coming to. Part of me wants to take this trade on now because there's such good value. Start buying in here, stops below this low. But if we look at the day chart, we have exactly the same problem as we do with pound Swiss franc, right? This level is resistance and keeps holding. So yeah, it's a real interesting one at the moment, Swiss franc. I'm looking at Canadian dollar Swiss franc buys and Euro Swiss franc buys, as I said, if we get those breaks of trend lines. So I hope that helps MM trading. What else are we looking at? Mike Doricott, Tom is Tory Trade's dad. Shh. No one was meant to know this. The cat is out of the bag. I'm not old enough. I'm only 29, Mike. How could I possibly be her dad at that age? Oh, right, because you're on about the trend lines. Okay, I get you. I wondered what the link was. I'm with you now. Bear with me. A little bit slow today. Right, what else we're looking at? Okay, so Brett wants to look at copper. Okay, we can take a quick look at that. Poo Poppy is saying it takes a brave person to short gold. Well, Poo Poppy, that is exactly what I am doing. I will tell you if I'm brave or stupid very shortly. Yeah, we've got news coming out in a couple of minutes. Let's just say hello to everyone. Yeah, hi Luigi. Okay, all right, good. So we've got loads of questions coming through. Right, okay, so 9 a.m. is Trevor here from Ireland. Not sure of the name, must be my kid's YouTube name, 9 a.m. Or is that the time you get in from the nightclub, Trevor? How are you, mate? Hope all the trading's going well. Right, who was next in line? Okay, say it with Stone, one of our Italian friends. Ciao, arrivederci. Please can we look at pound US dollar and euro pound? Okay, we'll take a look at those in 1 second because we've just got some important news coming out at 1/2 the hour. Yeah. Okay, Brett says here, gold is my ex. She keeps taking me for everything. Yes, I felt like that with pound this week. Saying that, let's take a quick look at pound New Zealand dollar. Okay. All right. It's okay. Right. Let's keep an eye on gold, actually, because I'm in this trade, guys. And let's get things at the ready. I may even exit this trade a little bit early, depending on how the US dollar reacts here. Right. We've got 3 seconds. I'm going to guess the news when it comes out. Okay. Little bit of US dollar strength there. which is obviously what we want for this gold sell trade. Okay, so a little bit of US dollar strength initially. This is called guess the news game, by the way. I'm going to look at the reaction on the screen and I'm going to guess what the news was. Was it better than expected, as expected, or worse than expected? I know the excitement is tangible. You can taste it. Right, let's have a look at some other US dollar pairs. Not much happening, right, guys? Let's have a look at pound US dollar. A little bit of US dollar strength coming in. Let's have a look at euro. Okay, so a little bit of US dollar strength. Let's have a look at Aussie dollar, US dollar. Okay, so I am going to say, right, by deduction, call me Sherlock, that the news was slightly better than expected for the US dollar. Let's take a look. Hey, see? They don't call me Sherlock Holmes for nothing in these parts. No one's ever called me Sherlock Holmes. But look, that is pretty damn good for all of the US dollar news coming out, right? That is a clean sweep of green, except this little one. All right, and GDP of Canadian dollar hasn't come out yet. Let's refresh this page. Okay, still hasn't come out yet. All right, so we'll take a look at CAD in a minute. But that was pretty bullish across the board, right, for US dollar. So that's great for my gold trade, although US dollar is gold is going up. What you need to now, one thing you need to be aware of here, I might be in a gold US dollar sell trade, right? And we've seen loads of US dollar, like good information, right? Really good for the economy. So let's take a quick look at the indices, because this is something else you need to be aware of. So that good news hasn't really been, felt in the indices. Because you've got to remember, guys, if indices start doing this, gold starts doing this. Right, so that would be bad for my trade. All right, so sometimes what you think is good for the dollar is also bad for good for the economy and bad for gold, right? So you've got to be aware of those correlations. Did I get that round the right way? It could be bad for the indices and therefore good for gold. Right, pound US dollar. Pound US dollar has been dropping like a stone, and your name is Say It With Stone. Now, there's just no value here. Right now, if we look at the weekly, really, the next level you should be interested in is right here. Really, right? Because this is resistance, that's support. And let's just refine that level on the daily chart. Yeah, so you can see this is really the next piece of support for pound US dollar, right? In here. And we're practically at that level. Maybe, does it have a bit more room to go? Maybe, especially on the back of that US dollar data we've just had, right? So I'm not interested in selling that into there, but I'm also not interested in selling it at the moment because there's no value, right? Look where the moving average 20 is. Look where price is. Are you going to start selling here? Where you put your stop here? Would you be confident enough with your stop there, right? So I'm not interested in selling pound US dollar at the moment. However, right, if we get a nice retrace potentially up into here, right, again, I have gone a bit Tory, whatever a name, Tory trades crazy. Yeah, so we can see this trend line and it corresponds with this level here. If we get something in here, I'd be interested in selling pound US dollar. But now, nothing, right? And I don't want to buy it. Obviously, we're in a downtrend. So there's pound US dollar. Let's have a look at euro pound. Let's have a quick look at pound New Zealand dollar. Okay, good. This is what we want to see. All right. Let's have a look at euro pound. Now, this has fell off a cliff, so much so that it's now in a downtrend, right? So we know euro was so strong for such a long time, but now it's become weak, right? This week has seen some real weakness in the euro. It really has. And price dropped like a stone, right? And this is, we've been seeing this against all euro pairs, euro yen, euro New Zealand, euro Aussie dollar, all of them, right? Euro is weak. But at some point, it's going to have a retrace, right? But looking at this right now, this would be potentially a nice sell trade, right? We're in a downtrend, lower lows. We just want to find an area in here somewhere where we can take a sell from, okay? So if we look at H4, let's get rid of this trend line. I've got a little bit too trend line crazy. Now, potentially, right, we're at a nice level right now, right? You can see we're in a downtrend. We've retraced to these last lows in here, right? You've got the moving average 20 coming round. If we get a nice big bearish reaction in here, I think this could be a nice sell trade for euro pound. The only thing I'm a little bit conscious of today is if we look at the economic calendar, we've had nothing but good euro news. Look at all of that. Again, like the US, that was a clean sweep of very good data. Look at that. German unemployment, right, for July. Unemployment rate's gone down, right? And in the euro, CPI is recovering, right? So I'm a little bit conscious of that for today, right? But yeah, having said all that, still interested in euro pound if we get a nice bearish reaction in here for selling. All right, so say it with stone, hope that helps. Right, what else have we got? We've got some more questions coming in. Michael saying, hi, Tom, enjoy your stay in the Philippines. I would like to, Michael, if it doesn't stop bloody raining. Honestly, like rainy season. I knew it was rainy season, right? But I thought, let's go anyway. Just wanted to get out of Dubai and the desert because it's like an oven this time of year. And it has pissed down with rain ever since. So there you go. What can you do? Right, what else are we looking at? Yes, guys, it's just worth pointing this out. So obviously, myself and Brett are responsible for the price action 101 indicator. And, if you want to see how it's going, then please come join our free Discord channel. And we post the results every week so you can see them, right? Full transparency on how it's going. So come check that out if you are interested in the indicator. It really is a good tool. And loads of traders in our community will vouch for it, right? They are getting some good results as well. So, yeah, long may that continue. Okay, a little bit of a football-related question here. Bloody Spurs, they scored a goal from the halfway line. Don't worry, Spurs will never win anything. They never do. Apologies to any Spurs fans that are listening, but it's true. Right, what else are we looking at? Oh, hello, Ninja, Mrs. Ninja. Welcome to the Discord channel as well. Luigi, hi. What else are we looking at? Okay, so Poo Poppy, I bought Euro Aussie dollar an hour after the London opened. What do you think? Let's have a look. We know Euro has been weak. So before I even look at Euro Aussie dollar, we know this will be a counter trend trade, right? It will be against trend, right? And we know this as well. We are at a daily support level and it hasn't broken it, right? That low has not broken. This wick closed back inside and that didn't break it either. So it's worth pointing out that we were in an uptrend, right? Let's understand structure and trend. Bang, as soon as we broke that low, we're in a downtrend. We've retraced, come back down, right? We're getting lower highs, lower lows. We are 120%, it's not possible, but we are 100% in a downtrend, right? But we are at a key support level. Like I don't want to sell into that level, for this very reason, right? So Poo Pop is saying, can we trade the retrace? Let's take a look now on the H4. I don't like the look of buying that. I would buy this, Poo Poppy, right? If you wanted to trade the retrace, right? Some traders do, right? Whatever makes you profitable, right? Whatever makes you profitable. I would be more interested if we had a H4 structure break, right? We got something like this and then a breakthrough here, right? Then I'd be interested in buying just basically up to the next resistance level through here. But even then you'll be going against daily trend. But Poo Poppy said she bought it the first an hour after London Open. So London Open opens at 8 o'clock. So you bought it in here maybe, or even this one. Okay, well, you're nicely in profit. It depends where your stop loss is. If your stop loss is below here, or you put it below the candle, right, you're nicely in profit. But this is clearly a resistance level. As you said, Poo Poppy, you said it takes a brave man to short gold. It takes a brave man to buy euro Aussie dollar today, I must say. I would not be looking for buys there. But, it depends what your strategy is, guys, right? Look, there is a London Open strategy, right? We've actually tested one ourselves in the VIP Trading Academy. So that could be your strategy, right? The first candle, right, bullish, you buy the break to go higher, or you sell the low, right? It's a bit like that Tom Hogarth's school run strategy. And I'm actually going to do a reaction to that strategy and make it better. I've been testing something, guys, and I'm going to share it with you once I've finished looking at it. So, maybe that's your strategy. Then who's to argue that's incorrect, right? But every decision I make in the market is based on price action, right? Again, that's why we created the indicator. That's why I prattle on about price action every bloody day. Right. Boom, boom, boom. Poo Poppy, great news is coming. Time for my trades to go tits up. Yes, I hear you. Ninja Dog or Mrs. Ninja. Hey, Tom, please could we look at how you draw in your levels? Yes, we can. Yeah, we can. I just haven't got enough time now. We've literally got a couple of minutes before we finish the live stream. Right, what else are we looking at? Emmy, good afternoon. It's also raining here in Nigeria. I bet you it's not raining as much as it here is in the Philippines. Okay, and Mrs. Ninja, that would be great. All right then, guys. So yeah, guys, if you're enjoying this live analysis, live trading, then please don't forget to come join our channel. Please subscribe to the channel right now, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Please go check out all of our premium trading education, including our price action indicator, including our course, including the VIP Trading Academy, including the mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one. There is something there that you can learn from. Also, guys, please don't forget to join our free Discord channel. And also, guys, if you want free access to our VIP Trading Academy and you want a free TradingView Essential subscription, then all you need to do is sign up with Pepperstone using our link. It is a no-brainer. Pepperstone is a world-class brokerage. So check out that promo, guys. All the information is in our Discord channel. On that note, guys, have a great rest of your trading week. I'll be back on the live stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, as long as this internet holds. But it all seems to be working wonderfully today. This is excellent news. So see you then, guys. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you again soon.